is called a lemon poussin, and it's the best thing you ever put in your mouth.
Okay, good news, bad news.
I've already infiltrated the network.
The internet is big, obviously.
It took some time. But we did it so that people could be free.
It's not a stretch to say they rule the world.
Twisted, tasteless, juvenile monsters. Puppet masters in another dimension.
What are you, doing a PSA?
Would you believe me if I told you I was sent here from the future?
You know, portals of the past.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna play a game of chess.
Use your platform to educate the public on rights and resistance tactics. And if they're going to strip us of rights and lie about it, arm the people with truth. Text campaigns, mass trainings, downloadable Know Your Rights kits.
Hey yo, what's good? It's DeeKnow, and we're back with another video full of crazy clips from all over the world. Y'all know what it is. I hope you're having a blessed day. Let's hop right into it.
Look at this, y'all. It's about 1 million crows that's sitting in front of these department stores. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, the end times are here. You know they used to say the end times is near? No, the end times is here. And obviously, anytime you see crows are scavengers, so there must be dead flesh or blood close by. Obviously, we know the stories of Walmart, and everybody always talking about how Walmart is used as a place for a child, you know, moving kids around from different countries. Well, TJ Maxx and all these different places, Home Goods, they do the same thing. Kroger, they all got the same setup, so they all got underground tunnels and everything. Y'all better keep an eye on this, man, because y'all gonna start seeing a lot more of this in 2024, man. The end is here.
So, I mean, that is crazy. While that is crazy that there's a bunch of crows all gathered in that parking lot, it happens in lots of parking lots, dude. It doesn't necessarily represent or mean anything specific. That's where they flocked over to land and whatnot. Maybe there was food nearby, but that's where they flocked to land. I wouldn't read that far into it, man. And as far as all those things he was talking about that have to do with Walmart and all those other businesses, I've read a lot of questionable things online. But again, with those things as well, I can't make any valid statements as to whether or not like that is fact or fiction, because all we have to really go off of is evidence from on the internet, and none of that evidence is actually very conclusive when it comes to the theories about these underground tunnels and stuff like that. So, you know, what do you guys in the comments think? Do you have more information on things like that? Drop it down in the comments. I'd love to see it.
What's up?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Why are you filming my truck?
Why do you think it only revolves around you?
Because it does.
Huh? Why are you asking random strangers questions?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ask why.
Because I'm out here stress testing our First Amendment right to the freedom of press in public. Oh. Now, if I told you it was because I was a Celtics fan, what difference would that have made for you?
Did we just become best friends? Yep!
I don't give a about what you think.
Alexis, calm down. Why aren't my kids come to see me for Christmas no more?
Yeah, neither do I.
So, you film me some more? I'll run the over you.
Oh.
Piece of shit.
I'm your father.
Nuh-uh. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Make sure you get that dead camera out of your ass.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Take this camera.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long you got? How long you got?
I got all day.
My cardio is better than yours, I guarantee you, buddy.
I guarantee it.
Okay.
It won't take much for me to damn get a hold
of it. Too quick for you, huh?
Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some.
That car coming behind you?
What you got? What you got? I'm right here, buddy. I'm right here.
Tell you what.
I'm right here. Tell me what. Tell me what.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
You want to go?
Yes, sir.
Go
Yes, sir. Can I just get your name and badge number just before I stop the recording?
We have badge numbers, but it's Officer Gillespie. I'm Alpha 7, and then our star number is 435.
Star number. Okay, that's a new one for me. I have yet to hear that one before. But so, all right, I'm gonna stop the video and I'm gonna show Mr. Gillespie here what we got going on. Okay. So, all right. So now here's what we got going on here. So we actually, while I'm here talking to this police officer, this is the guy that came up and to run me over with his truck. Then went and he's at me. My face, my camera as well.
Hit your face.
No, you didn't.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna show the video. So I'm glad that you pulled back up. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. At least we don't have to look for you now. That's good. So now what we're gonna do? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna show the.
Yeah, but he pulled back the camera and I probably show.
And that's why you keep your hands to yourself.
Who raised you?
What about the push-up we shoved me in the shoulder?
The video would have saw that.
Did you hit the camera through that?
We'll check the bank camera later. Hey, thank you for pulling back up and not making it a struggle to go look for you, though. We appreciate it. Me and these very nice officers right here, we appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, dude did kind of ask for it. He was trying to fight with dude in the middle of the street just for having his camera out. Like, pulled up like, why you recording my truck? Like, who's to say he was recording your truck? You just so happened to put your truck in the way of the recording, and now you want to be mad about it. I don't know. People like that do get annoying, but not to the point where dude in the pink shirt should have got out doing that.
Give me what was stolen?
My wallet.
What was in your wallet?
It was $50.
Okay.
I had to replace all my IDs. I had gift cards in there, my earpiece, and a calculator.
There was no earpiece in the mail.
Judging for the plaintiff for the amount of $500. That's what I think it's worth, madam.
Come on, man. He said, no, there was no earpiece in there, Your Honor. That's wild.
Look at the photo. You say that's me? Okay, check out the name badge. It says Aldrin. Looks like you're right. But notice the helmet. Can you see my face? No. This is a secret I've been keeping for almost half a century. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong and I pulled off humanity's first extraterrestrial prank.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest? It didn't happen. It could have been scary.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question.
Like, even when people say the earth is flat, everybody thinks I'm joking. And I don't know why people think I'm joking, but, well, it's me, so I guess that's why they think.
That's why they think you joking.
But when I say, like, I kind of believe this. I just want to know what's on the bottom, what's under it. Like, if this is the flat Earth, what's here, and what are they trying to hide? Why are they trying to keep us from this? Why can't we go over Antarctica if Antarctica is the and everybody keeps saying God, and I'm like, that's where God is, not the other.
I haven't had this
universes.
conversation with anybody.
Yeah, I've talked to BLB about this. He's not super informative.
Oh, that's pretty funny. He said, I talked to B.O.B. over this. It's not very informative.
Tim works as a security guard doing the night shifts on a private company facility over on an excavation site when things started to get creepy and nobody else was willing to do the night shift rounds inside the facility except for Tim. On one night he was investigating a water leak that led to an abandoned unit where he captured something chilling. Watch closely.
I was investigating a water leak and had
tracked the source to a damaged AC system in this abandoned unit. The entity manifests near the end of the video.
He spots a pair of feet behind one of the closed doors and quickly turns to grab the crowbar, but when he kicks the door open, there's nobody there. A few weeks later, and something terrifying makes itself known.
If I were dealing with any of that while I was at work, I would be gone from that job immediately. I would just go get a temporary job at one of those temp agencies or day labor. So I would just go do that until I found a better job or something. Like, there's no way I'd deal with that. But I'm pretty sure that that's fake because of the way that it just feels so much like a YouTube movie or something.
Yo, fam, they're afraid of you right now. They're afraid of you right now because they see how powerful you are. Some of these people are thinking, yo, there's no way that this person overcame all these witch spells and they're not doing something themselves. Because they're thinking, how did you overcome that? You must have gone to a practitioner, or you're a powerful alchemist, and somehow whatever I sent your way, you alchemized it, and now you're gonna send it back my way, and I am fearing for my life. This is how they're thinking right now. You have them in complete fear right now. Like, you know, fear, the forget everything and run fear, that kind of fear, not face everything and rise fear. You have them on the whole, like, yo, I am scared of this person. They are afraid. They're like, you know, when you look into the horizon that you know something good is coming, they're looking to the horizon, but knowing that something's coming that is not good for them. And it's like they're putting it to themselves because chosen ones don't deal with that, with the witchcraft. But that's how you have them right now, in fear, like, to the point that it's like, all right, maybe that person ain't gonna send somebody or something, but or like something my way, but I know that because of my actions, they probably have protection that's coming to get me. Woohoo! Hear me out, fam. These people are shook. Yo, like, I don't, like, yo, you know that fear when you know in your heart of hearts something is coming and it's not good? They have that. They have that in their souls. And sometimes they're trying to, like, argue with you or go back and forth with you, or because it keeps them knowing where you're at. That's crazy, fam. You know how, I don't know, this person's like a ninja, and I know they're sending something. I know spiritually they're sending something my way, or they have a team that's protecting them. So I'm gonna keep harassing them and calling them. That way I know they're here with me. Because if I can't see them, it scares me, man. Like, bro, you have them like that. That's crazy, fam. That's how powerful you are, Chosen. That's how powerful you are, and they wish they could take it back. Oh man, trust me. Right now they're thinking, man, if I could go back in time and not do that, I would. They wish with every fiber in their being that they could take everything back, but now they have to live with that, and that's their problem. But anyways, I love y'all, man. Keep doing your thing.
Whoever that message might be for, you know, keep your armor of God.
Something really strange going on here, and if something ends up happening to me, I just hope that this video can maybe explain it. Okay, so I have these 2 mirrors in my room. As you can see, they're pretty normal looking mirrors, but I was cleaning and I had them kind of set up like this, and I noticed something really weird. Just watch. Through the mirror into the other one, it becomes like a window. And there's this huge warehouse, grocery store or something down there. But wait, it gets even crazier. Watch this. Wait out for the moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. What the hell? What is this place? Hello? How far does it go? Oh shit.
Oh, that's very obviously an edited video, but it's a pretty cool edited video, and I don't know if it was made back 20 years ago or if it was made recently, but it's very convincing to have been a video from 20 years ago.
The more you fuck around, the more you find out. Jimmy is finding out a lot of new things.
Wow, he came so close to rear-ending. Man, they ain't got nothing in that meat section, like, or in the juice section, or in anything. That's wild.
So do you see the face that they put on the Oscars? Look at the 2 eyes. That's 2 eyes right there. And then that's the 3rd eye in the middle. That's why it's like super bright. And the production design is like a halo. Weird.
Well, at this point, let's just be real. Don't they do something that's kind of creepy every single year? And how long have we been pointed out? And nobody's really doing anything about it. So all we can keep doing is point it out, right?
We be involved in space exploration. The question is, what are we doing out there? Are we going to go to Andromeda? I mean, what are we doing? The moon is a perfect place to land and build. But beyond that, where are we going? What are we doing? You can't transport tens of thousands of millions of people to Mars. We're here. This is the place that needs to be corrected. Yes, there is technological expertise at work, but always the element of luck, whether it's a play that's opening on Broadway or whether it's a landing that's blind, but maybe we'll be able to do it. We're on the edge of a dramatic moment.
Yeah, I mean, he makes a good point. Why should we even think to colonize the moon or Mars or anything like that, or even change the atmospheres of anything? Why should we think to do that when we should be worrying about fixing our own planet's problems in the first place? Like, I mean, really, think about it though. He's got a point.
Like an ancient, real Stargate, 3-dimensional Stargate. It's not something that was recreated by the...
We order now take you on a trip.
Great, I'd love to take a trip.
Machine.
Yes.
Before we do that, let's explain how it works.
Okay.
Notice around the room we got 1, 2, 3, 4 speaker boxes.
Uh-huh.
They are connected to vacuum tube amplifiers that of my special design. I call it the quantum well design. The quantum physics I deal with is the physics of electrons and light going between the parallel realities. We have 7 parallel realities, which we're one of. This physical reality we can touch.
You mean like 7 different Earth worlds?
Whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the quantum physics I work with. Now, in that, I went into a very, very deep study of electrons between the conductive state, which is a particle, and the vacuum state, which is a wave. You look at it as the particle is a little ball. And when it gets launched into a vacuum, since there's no atoms to jump from to, it unrolls itself and becomes like a sheet traveling through the vacuum. A massless, thicknessless sheet traveling. This wave aspect of the electron is very special. When you get an electron wave, it literally floats in hyperspace. Now, if you can take the space that the wave is floating in and twist it, spin it, rotate it, you can now create a vortex. That vortex will go through all parallel realities. That's contingent to us here. And if you take the age-old pentode vacuum tube and you bias it correctly with the voltages and the element, you can literally take that wave that's in the tube and spin it. And it forms like a vortex, a quantum singularity, a white hole, whatever you want to call it, and connects the signal flow through all 7 realities. Now, how this works, when I was working for my PhD, I learned how to bias the vacuum tubes to maximize this effect. You know, a lot of people are saying today tubes sound better than transistors. I'm sure you've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Because the vacuum tube actually produces, for want of better words, colloquially, light energies. The light energies is electron and photonic functions going through all 7 parallel realities. That's what light energy really is. And the vacuum tubes will amplify it. Now, how this system works is in some worlds, the information flows from the speaker to the listener. In other parallels, it flows from the listener back to the speaker. It goes into the amplifier, into this quantum well, and it gets all rolled together and spread through all 7 parallel realities, which your mind operates in at least 7 parallel realities. That's the nature of mankind. The soul, the spirit, is the image of us in other parallels. So now we have a function where you can use music to spin your mind into all 7 parallels, and at the same time it crosses the music with your function, produces another function which you will be perfectly resonant with and can go very deep in the meditation. And from that you can then spread out into the other realities consciously. That's what this equipment does. Now, then there's 2 more there on either side of the bed. They're 15-inch subwoofers, but they're run a little bit differently. You see, they're wrapped up in foam and cloth and pillows. That's because there's a board running between the top of the 2 of them. The cones shape the upper board, which is suspended, and that board then couples into the 4x4 that goes across the 2 and shakes the bed. You can actually feel down to 5 hertz on that bed.
So what I will be doing when I'm laying down is I will be literally opening up my space, my consciousness.
If you allow it.
And I will be spreading out into the other 6 places where I exist.
And at that point, it's your playpen.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want.
How long does it take for you to actually feel the effect? Is it instantaneous or a few minutes?
Sometimes.
Okay. What would I experience in any way? Physically, emotionally, mentally? Is there a sense of bliss or?
If you want.
He said, if you want. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. That whole thing he was talking about. Not gonna lie, I kind of zoned out listening to it for like 3 minutes into it. Staring over here and kind of looking around. Like, I don't know, man. That's a lot to really think about. And he's talking some crazy stuff. That's wild. Look how big that thing is. It's like half the size of a football field. Like on the ground.
Today I learned that the US government carved out a secret underground city that they can flee to in case nuclear war breaks out. Raven Rock, like Area 51, is one of the government's most classified projects, titled Continuity of Government, or Project COG. And one individual who worked down there for 3.5 years for the first time ever spoke on camera, describing to Vice what it's like down there. Located 768 feet below ground, it can withstand a direct nuclear hit. It's protected by not only one, but two 3.5-foot thick doors, weighing 30 tons each, and is built on top of springs to survive the shockwaves of a nuclear blast. He describes how there are 5 separate 3-story buildings, and of the 15 floors in total, each are big enough to hold 50 to 80 offices. It's described as an underground city because they have a cafeteria, barbershop, massive water reservoirs, generators, a crematorium, post office, medical facilities, and a command center capable of operating a nuclear war front. And although this was created for the threat that never arrived in the 1950s, in 2023, some spring cleaning may be in order.
He said spring cleaning. That sounds like a Fallout shelter from Fallout.
What's going on here? You boys have license?
Yes, sir.
Nope.
Alright, man. It's not that serious.
We take a minute for comms to reestablish standby.
There it is, mission director beating us to it. We've reached the expected time of landing, but now is the process of waiting for comms, and we are in standby mode, as you heard it from the mission director, Dr. Tim Crane. Yeah, tense moments inside of mission control with the most qualified folks.
We're picking up a signal from our high-gain antenna and transmitter. It's faint, but it's there. So, stand by, folks. We'll see what's happening here. What we can confirm, without a doubt, is our equipment is on the surface of the moon, and we are transmitting. So, congratulations, IM team. We'll see how much more we can get from that.
An excellent call from our mission director, Dr. Tim Crane. And over to our CEO, Steve Altimus.
Yeah, if I could just pass on a few words to the entire team in Intuitive Machines and Superbab and here in the Mission Control. What an outstanding effort. I know this was a nail biter, but we are on the surface.
You heard the person laughing in the background like it's a joke. Well, apparently they were putting some kind of rovers and stuff on the moon to collect more evidence of, like, in order to collect more like samples of stuff from there and do a little more research on areas we haven't been to, you know.
They told you rockets were punching through space, but after studying these launches for long enough, you start to realize they're not going anywhere. They're setting the stage. Every night launch, it's not travel, it's theater. a display. Massive bursts of light, trails across the sky, payloads dropped in perfect rhythm. You think they're delivering satellites. What they're actually delivering is the illusion. So when someone's post shows up on my FYP demanding explanation, flexing his deep space photos, I can't help but laugh. Because while he's out there chasing these lights, I'm watching the big screen preparing a light show in real time. You're not photographing space, you're photographing a projection, built right above your head. You're not the witness, you're the audience. And the show? It starts with the rockets you never question.
A projection, but how can the projection be so high quality that deep space can show what it shows? Like, I don't know. There's a lot to unpack with that. A whole lot to unpack with that. And we don't really have time for that. Everybody believes what they believe. You know, some people believe that space is water. Some people believe you can get to space from within the ocean. Some people believe the world is flat. Some people believe that the world is round. Everybody thinks something different. And until we can all find out what the actual answer is, I don't think that, you know, anybody's really gonna know. So all we can do is keep looking and get along. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea what that is. No idea what it could be. It does look real, whatever it is, but it also looks like something inflatable, maybe a bag, maybe a gliding suit for skydiving and gliding around. I really don't know.
So I'm in Blackpool. What's it called?
My name's Oakley Brian, just made myself a spud gun, cannon.
Spud gun, cannon.
Oh, he made a potato gun.
Take it inside it.
Is that potato in it? Yeah. See the spud in there, yeah?
Full spud.
Oh, here comes the...
Yeah.
Top on it.
Put the top on it, lads.
Screw it up.
What is it, a spud gun?
Yeah.
And your man just sorted me out some dog as well.
Bit of pressure.
Bit of pressure. Oh. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck?
He said, what the F, bro? That really caught him off guard. He had no idea it could do that. Yeah, those things are awesome. We were playing with those when we were like 10 years old.
Oh, what the hell is going on in the world right now? So a lot of y'all been sending me this, but apparently there's a new dragon or some sort of Leviathan figure in the sea. And it's crazy because if you can go on Google Maps and go to this area, it's right below Argentina here, you can see that there's this snake head type thing. And I never really thought about it until now, and I saw people talking about it. But why does it actually have the head of a snake? And just recently on the Empire State Building in New York, why is there a dragon, inflatable dragon on there? Like, what is that? Like, why? I mean, I just think it's a coincidence that at the same time, all this dragon theory, Leviathan theory coming out, they want to put an inflatable balloon on the Empire State Building. Don't worry, y'all, I did my own research and I found out that this is actually just a promo for the Game of Thrones. But I also was thinking about something. Isn't it a coincidence that 2024 is the year of the dragon? And then we got this so-called dragon-shaped figure in the ocean. And y'all remember that weird activity that we were having on all the radars, where there was this anomaly or whatever on the radar and they had all these wind movements all around it? I don't know, man. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the ocean and it's a lot more than usual. So y'all follow and stay tuned because I'm going to do some more diving into what this really means, because a lot of this is just speculation. I'm not really too sure on what it could be, but maybe there is some truth to this. We'll see.
Yo, no way, man. That was so close. Like, you're lucky, dude. Holy crap.
What the hell? What is that, Mom?
What?
Mom, you see this?
No. Holy shit! What the hell is that?
What is happening? You guys see this? Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? What is that? What is that? You guys see that?
No, that's great. That's really great.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh, hello. Wow.
Things you never want to play at church or in the bathroom in a public place or in the bathroom at work.
Walked over to one side of the lab and he said, by the way, we've discovered a base on the back side of the moon. And I said, whose? What do you mean, whose? He said, yes, we've discovered a base on the back side of the moon. And at that point, I became frightened and I was a little terrified, thinking to myself that if anybody walks in the room now, I know we're in jeopardy, we're in trouble, because he shouldn't be giving me this information. And then he pulled out one of these mosaics and showed this base, which had geometric shapes. There were towers, there were spherical buildings, there were very tall towers, and things that looked somewhat like radar dishes, but they were large structures. I realized that he was telling me this information because he didn't have anybody else to talk to. Now, probably in that laboratory, he was probably one of the few enlisted people, and he was a worker bee. And he had a high-level security clearance, obviously, but he couldn't share that information with anybody else. And in those days, we didn't. When you had your security clearance, you took it seriously. If I compare it to what I'm seeing now, because I do have photographs that have artifacts in them that are similar to what I saw, they're massive. Some of the structures are, half a mile in size. So they're huge structures. And they're all different size structures in different photographs. You would have to have an above top secret security clearance, which generally would be cryptologic or above. In my case, I ultimately did have a cryptologic security clearance, and when I did have that clearance, I had access to all of the imagery from the U-2s, from the satellite photography. I had access to everything we were doing. Now, the thing that was interesting about my job as an electronics technician, I got to go into every area of the facility. I got to go into the war room at SAC, Strategic Air Command, and did maintenance on equipment there. So I would see a lot of data that people generally wouldn't see with my rank. Normally you would go into your job, you'd do your one little task. If you were a photographic interpreter, that's all you did. You didn't discuss what you did with anyone else. If you worked on U2 imagery, you worked on U2 imagery. If you worked on satellite imagery, you worked on satellite imagery. But you didn't discuss your job with anyone else. And you only did your task.
Yeah, that's how it works, especially in NDA agreements, which 99% of government jobs are hidden behind those. So, it is what it is. He may or may not be telling the truth. All right, I got one more. Oh man. All right. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. That's all we've got for today. Thank you all for coming through. Thank everybody for the comments. Thanks for the likes and the shares. Please keep doing that. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for me. It really helps us out. But, I appreciate every last one of you who come through every time I post one of these new videos. And, hope you all have a blessed day. Until next time. Peace.
Now I know what's real and what is fake.
This is not real.
Nobody is real. You're dreaming. Wake up, wake up, wake up.